right, this is not a podcast. This is me making some social commentary, as it would be, and me being extremely cynical, and I shall be pontificating, as it were. I got a slight modicum of Tigger juice left. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, casual observation. As somebody who is not in the pile of mess, also called the Palestinian-Israeli situation. Oh no, dude! It's what it is. Okay, I mean, these two guys have been after each other since Christ was a cadet, and when it comes right down to it, the Israelis will just walk. I mean, it's not even a fair fight. I mean, it's basically like you have the 10-year-old little girl facing the Hulk. And it's not even going to be like, a clean and good fight. It's just going to be sound guy sitting on this one. No, sound guy, no. It's not just caca, okay? It's going to be it's going to be just it's going to be a complete and total
fuck you, asshole.
Which is going to be the one time I'm allowing that to have happen in this video, okay? Because this is not my podcast. I'm going to be a little bit more bawdy about things, and I'm going to express things as it was, and as it is, and as it shall be, and I'll simply just pontificate. Now, you have this explosion that took place in Gaza. There was a rocket launch that supposedly wiped out this hospital that had like casualties in the 400 to 500 person range. Now, like I said in the title, essentially I said I am going to be cynical. How cynical am I going to be? Well, I'm going to be extremely cynical because I'm simply going to say that, well, President Biden going over there might have taken some of the steam off of this thing, might have maybe kind of cooled it down a little bit, because when the American president is there, you're not going to be launching missiles around, okay? You're not going to be causing all this mayhem and problems, because if anything happens to an American president and you happen to be responsible on the Palestinian side, Gaza's gone. I mean, they'll just flat out carpet bomb the damn thing flat. You will lose everything. So what I see happening is essentially the guys in the Hamas group were like, you know what? We really, truly need to take this thing down, and we need to cool it off, and then we need to take the steam out of it, and we need to cool it down so nobody can do anything except for what we want to have happen, because, well, we're well, okay, besides being that, they have pretty much just made the thing way more than it ever should be. It was a complete and total, absolute false assertion to say that they would ever win this. And doing that the way that they did, no. There's no snoo. It's going to be, yeah, it's just,
you're despicable.
Yeah, okay, you're not going to win this one. And it's going to be
death.
Big time. There's no way in the world that the Palestinians, the guys in any form of militia they're in, of that namesake, could ever possibly hope to win a full-on, hands-on, tete-a-tete, mano-a-mano. There's no way in the world that they would say that they could ever possibly win an escalating fight against the Israelis. So, the cynical side of me says they decided they were going to have collateral loss and write it off. It wasn't going to be an issue, and they were simply going to hit their own guys to knock down the fight and give a major, critical stop. I think what they were going to do is they pretty much just said, we need to put the brakes on this thing, and we need to do something way out of left field. Just because there's no way in the world that we could deal with the way in which it's going to have happen. War of attrition. Hamas is just going to get, yeah, they're going to get completely ucked up. And they are not ever going to win it, ever. No. When it comes right down to it, they think that but they're more, yeah, when they face off against the Israelis, there is no way in the world they can win that cat fight. They cannot win it because, well, simple numbers. There's 2 million people in Gaza. There's like 4 million Jews. Of that number, a great quantity of them are former IDF, Israeli Defense Force. So they already said they're calling up 300,000 reservists and actual army that's already standing. Hamas does not have an air force. Hamas also has a failure rate of 20% of all their rocket launches going kablooey on the, right on the ground. They really, truly are not anything that they say they can be, other than simply causing a little bit of a no. Sound guy. We're talking something majorly huge. No. Yeah. There's no way in the world that they're going to win that, because when it comes right down to it and they piss off the Israelis, yeah, they just got themselves into a crap storm that they never, ever possibly could win. So, takeaways on this: the hospital bombing, I'm going to say Hamas did it to put the brakes on, to interrupt any potential interaction therein by an American president being in Israel, the very first American president to be there in time of warfare. He put the brakes on that thing, and oh, my stars and garters, you want to talk about something that just put the brakes on and completely screwed the pooch. That was the American president showing up in the middle of this battle, and the guys in Hamas going, oh, snap. We can't possibly win this. So we are
you asshole.
yeah, they're just pretty much not gonna be able to go any further on that one. Also, when the borders get breached and you have the entry of the IDF into Gaza and it becomes a house-to-house combat situation, you can ask anybody something that's referred to as MOUT. That's military operations and urban tactics. You start losing guys. I mean, you never know what you're going to encounter. You go into a building, you think the building might be only mildly booby-trapped. And the second you walk in there and the whole building explodes and drops on your guys. That's the kind of stuff that you have in absolute no holds barred Mortal Kombat. And that's really what could have happened. So I tend to think what's going on now is they are saying we need to do an interruption in the process. We're going to give up some of our guys, send them off to Allah, and they'll die a good death because they're dying when they don't have to fight the infidel and those pesky Jews. What's going on now is essentially it's now a case of who did what to whom. But the Israelis already said, and they have no reason to lie, it was not us. We've detected the launch taking place, the impact zone taking place in Gaza. We did not launch the rockets. Me, in my way of looking at things, in the scheme of things, I don't know why I grabbed the toothbrush. In the scheme of things, I tend to see it was Hamas writing off their own guys and putting the brakes on it to stop Joe Biden from doing anything potentially to interrupt the process of getting the Jews in there so they can piecemeal them and make it such a costly war that eventually Israel goes, we're just done with this. Hamas doesn't realize right now Israel is pissed and they're not going to stop. And this is going to be a situation where they are positively seeking the ruination of Hamas. Hamas stepped in it way bigger than they ever should have done this. And I tend to think potentially they rang that doorbell and they thought, okay, this is a fun little prank. We're going to get away with this one.
Sarah Connor.
No. Reload.
Fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, they truly were not playing any longer. And I think Hamas overreached. And I think this hospital explosion thing with their rockets, and I do mean their rockets, was not a tactic from the Israelis to try to dampen down the fight or try to make something else happen. I think it was truly Hamas writing off their own guys and trying to put the brakes on the situation. In any way, shape, or form, it is a stunt that is really only going to work once. On this one, folks, I'm going to break up on this one. Eco James Rings, always, you know, you love it. I'll catch you guys next time. Not a podcast. That's why I had the naughty language. And YouTube, I really, truly don't care if you monetize this or not. But, you know, whatever. I'm out of here, folks. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys later. See you guys.